What's up everybody and welcome back to another 100 runs video. Today we are going to be going over my loot from 100 runs of Scarlet Monastery. So I actually just made a video that I will link up that way, not the other way, I will link up that way, of how to run the dungeon and the loot that you can expect from the dungeon. So we are just going to quickly go over the loot that I have in this bottom bag here. I have all of my miscellaneous greens that are between 5 and 10k in this base right here. I really didn't get a whole lot of good greens. I got these here. Nothing too crazy. This one's okay, the Sage's Cloak is about 10k, and so are these insignia gloves here. My two notable greens is the silver thread right here, silver thread armor, which is 51k region, and then the combat cloak, which is 12k region. And I'm not entirely sure that the silver thread armor, I did talk about this in another video as well, I'm not entirely sure that I'm going to be able to sell this for 51k region, but we'll see. It doesn't hurt to post it. This next bag actually is where I have all of my good loot. So I was lucky enough on, I think, run 97 to get the Transmute Undeath to Water, 27 or 20.7k region. So I'm pretty pleased with that one. I did get quite a few blues actually. I got the Butcher. I was happy about that. 37k region market. I got Sunblaze Coif. 118k, guys. 118k. That's right. I got the Mark of Kern, and I did leave this one in because this is a dungeon-specific blue. I doubt that it's going to sell for that price. It says the region market value is 173k. It's not going to sell for that much, especially not that it requires level 60. Now, if I had gotten this out of a chest and it was the level of the dungeon, it might have been that price, but there's no way that I'm going to sell it. This is probably going to sit in my bags for years, to be honest. I received one of the Harbinger's boots. This one's probably the worst Scarlet Monastery blue you can get. It is only 11k region, so it's kind of a disappointing one. I received two of these Watchman Pauldrons, 24k region, so I'm pretty happy with that. And then finally I received a Blood Spiller, also in my last 90 to 100, I think maybe run 93 I got this, so I'm quite happy about that as well. So as you guys are probably wondering, how much is that in total? So let's hit our handy macro right here. It is 325,000 gold. So that's really, let's take a step back for a minute. So as far as if you were to put that in comparison to, for example, my Gnomer video or my BFD where I just made out like a bandit, it's really lackluster in comparison to those. But Scarlet Monastery, you have to remember, it takes maybe 3 minutes a run. So while I did run this 100 times, it only took me half the time that it took me to run Gnomer. Like Gnomer is a full hour of running the dungeon, whereas Scarlet Monastery, I can easily get it done in 30 minutes. So you just have to take that into account as well. So 325k is really, that's not the best, but I did end up getting some really good loot, and I do think that it is worth coming here. I wouldn't make this number one on your list, but it absolutely is worth it to go out there to get some of the dungeon specific blues, put those on the auction house, and then when those sell, go and farm some more. But don't make it your priority, like number one priority. Don't. It's not the best dungeon ever, but it absolutely is worth having up on your auction house. Especially, I was not lucky enough to get any of the Scarlet set. So had I received one of those pieces, it would have at least doubled my gold, I feel like. Especially if I got one of the blue pieces. But I didn't. So they're incredibly rare to drop though, so I wouldn't have expected it to begin with. I'm pretty happy with my loot. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video and would like to see more content like this, then consider hitting the subscribe button, hit the bell button for alerts on all new content, and if you don't want to wait, I'm actually on Twitch as well under the same name, Seathrift. I will add a link in the description below. I host loot appraiser challenges 5 days a week, and I give away pets every weekend, so I hope I see you there. Thanks, guys.